Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting night of Purdue hockey. We're here in Bulldog Park in Crown Point, Indiana, for our outdoor series where your Purdue Boilermakers will take on the Cincinnati Bearcats. Purdue finishing up their home games for the season tonight as they look to take on this two-game series. We'll be back in a couple minutes. We're going to get about 30 minutes of warm-ups here, and we'll be back in Crown Point with more Purdue hockey action. My name's Aiden Vrotny. We'll be back soon. Welcome back, Purdue fans, as we get set and ready to go here in Crown Point, Indiana, as the Purdue Boilermakers take on the Cincinnati Bearcats. Your starting five for your Boilermakers: at center, John Byrne. Left and right, Tay Kim and Ben Toby. Backing them up on defense, starting out will be Aiden Owen and Jake Pickett. And the net for your Boilermakers today will be Ben Norris. Starting five for the Cincinnati Bearcats: at center, Connor Gleason. Left and right of him, Kaiser Wettengale and Brady Zale. On defense will be Braden Leach and Ryan Lanoy. And the goal for Cincinnati will be John O'Brien Russo. And we'll get set underway as we get ready for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome to Bulldog Park, the matchup between the Cincinnati Bearcats and Purdue Boilermakers. First, we welcome the visiting starters. In net, number 29, John Brian Russo. Left defense, number 22, Ryan Lanoy. Right defense, number 2, Braden Leach. Left wing, number 14, Kaiser Wettengale. Center, number 12, Connor Gleason. Right wing, number 25, Brady Zale. Now for your Purdue Boilermakers. In net, number 35, Ben Norris. Left defense, number 4, Jake Pickett. Right defense, number 55, Aiden Owen. Left wing, number 28, Tay Kim. At center, number 7, John Byrne. Right wing, the captain, number 53, Ben Toby. Please rise to move your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
I'll finish up the playing of a national anthem, and we'll get ready to set here as both teams head to their benches and get ready for the opening face-off. Once again, you're watching Purdue Boiler Hockey. My name is Aiden Vrotny, and I'm bringing and streaming to you live from Bulldog Park in Crown Point, Indiana. And it's a chilly night here in Crown Point, a little under freezing. Just got done snowing not too long ago, so we're having a grand old time. Perfect night for some hockey. We're going to get set here for the opening face-off. Here come the Boilers as Byrne takes towards the center dot, facing off against Gleason. Purdue with their specialty outdoor series jerseys tonight. Looking slick in the black and gold. Cincinnati in the black and white. Byrne to take the draw, loses it out to Cincinnati as they go around the right side. Smashed into the boards hard is Toby. Purdue able to recover, sends it out left side to Pickett. Pickett flinging along the boards up ahead, trying to get it into the zone, unable to do so as Cincinnati recovers and flings it ahead. Owen trying to chip it in. He's going to be able to get it back to center ice to Toby. Toby fights. Big Scuffle right in the center ice. Neither team able to get in the zone. It's flinged out towards the Purdue. Pickett able to scoop it out. Here comes Byrne at center ice. Byrne's going to get tripped up. No call. Actually, there is a call on the ice. Delayed penalty as Byrne gets tripped up. Norris goes off the ice to add an extra skater. And Toby hands it behind his own net. Toby looking to get ahead. Cincinnati wants to get on hand on that puck as they have a delayed penalty. They finally do. Loera gets tripped up. And Purdue's going to get an early power play for a tripping call against Cincinnati. Early opportunity here for the Boilermakers. That'll be against number 5, or 25, I apologize, Braden Zale. And Purdue gets the early power play. They're able to chip it in, keep it into the zone. Cincinnati's able to clear with Owen and back to catch it. Chan looking ahead, trying to get some momentum along the right side. Cincinnati doing a good job poking it away. Clearing it in deep is number 15 for Purdue as they try and fight along the boards. Purdue able to keep it in on Wheeler, missing the check to keep it in, unable to do so. Cincinnati's going to get a shot on Norris. Not much of a strong one. Shot nonetheless. Chan in his own zone, looking to push ahead, trying to get some momentum along the right side. Flicks it in deep along the boards as he avoids the check into it. Cincinnati looking for another clear. They're going to get it. Pass Doucette. Norris back behind his own net. Cincinnati goes for the change. Graff looking out to his right side to Doucette. Doucette's going to fly along center. Deeks out right. He's going to be able to try and get in the zone, unable to do so as they take a shot in deep. Goes out wide. Graff flinging it back behind the net. Bearcats get a stick on it. Trying to clear it out. Doucette's there to keep it in. Doucette back behind the net now. Looking ahead, tries to get a pass out to Graff. Graff at the line. Graff fires in low, knocked away. Cincinnati able to clear. 30 seconds left on the power play. Shot taken on, and they bury it for an early goal. 17:35 on the clock as Purdue buries their first goal of the game on the power play. That goal scored by number 7, John Byrne, with 25 seconds left on the power play. The assist goes to Ben Toby and Tay Kim. Once again, that is John Byrne with the goal. As Maricini steps in to center to take the draw for the Boilermakers as they lead 1-0. Costly mistake by Cincinnati giving up the early power play, allowing the Boilermakers to capitalize. Puck chipped in deep to the Cincinnati zone. Back to full strength. Cincinnati looks for the wraparound, unable to find one. Purdue giving him some stick trouble. Maricini almost gets tripped up back behind his own net, slings it out, looking for Campagna. Maricini back along his own boards. Here's Graff getting a glove on it, able to knock it down. Cincinnati regains control, tries tipping it in behind the Boiler net. Big hit upon Graff by Cincinnati as he's taken down hard by Blasevic. Here's Maricini coming along the right side, able to regain some momentum. Followed swiftly by Campagna. Campagna sends one in low and right, knocked away easily by Rousseau. Puck cleared by Cincinnati as they go for a full change. Back behind the net is Owen for the Boilermakers. Owen flings it along the boards, looking for a bank pass to Campagna, unable to do so. Cincinnati chips it back in. Here's Pickett looking ahead to Lukes. Lukes muffs the pass, and here comes number 50 for the Boilermakers. Shot taken into the chest and gloved by Rousseau. That shot was taken 6:21 left on the clock as the Boilermakers take an early 1-0 lead. Lukes take the draw for the Boilermakers. Sent out one to the blue line to Owen. Owen not able to keep it in, since in fact forces Purdue to reset. Puck sent out wide and chipped in deep. Boilermakers fighting along the net now. They got 4 guys on them. Owen is able to come away with it. Tries for the close-in shot, unable to do so, knocked away by Rousseau. Along the boards now, Cincinnati looking ahead as they flick it in deep and go for the full change. Campagna behind the Boilermaker, or Laware, pardon, behind the Boiler net. Cincinnati makes trouble for it, able to intercept the pass. Pickett able to take it back. Here's Pickett looking ahead. Good pass there to Goring. Goring unable to get the pass across the other side as Cincinnati chips in deep. Pressed along the boards now is Laware. Here's Goring. Goring gets a stick on it, tripped up. Cincinnati regains control. Cleared back into the Purdue zone. Pickett tries a big hit. They try laying his shoulder in on Pickett. He's too big. Knocks him down. Was number 28 for the Bearcats. They send it up high and out of play. $15:07 left on the clock. Boilermakers have the early 1-0 lead off a goal scored by Byrne on the power play as Young takes the draw for the Boilermakers. Puck sent out towards the goalie as Laware takes back control and chips it up ahead, looking for the stick of Chan. Chan chops it way deep. Icing waved off. Wheeler fighting back behind the net now, trying to find a way out. Sends it out to Laware on the blue. Laware tries to chip in, goes wide. Here comes Cincinnati back at center ice. They're looking for a passing lane. They got one, but he wasn't there in time. They're going to look for a pass to the slot. Decides on the shot anyways. Norris knocks it away easily. Here's Myung. Cincinnati tries it up high. Goes over the head of Norris. Chan chips it in deep. Here's the Boilermakers singing it out. Puck stick caught on the blade of a Cincinnati Bearcat. Laware's stick got sent all the way down. There's going to be an icing call as we'll get a comeback down to the Boiler zone. $14:08 left on the clock as the Boilermakers come back down to their own zone. Blasevic to take the draw for the Boilermakers against Byrne. Blasevic wins it out, sends it out to the blue line. Pushed in hard to the boards by Chan, and a man is down. Big hit from the back end of Chan, and he smacks a face into the board. A little bit of a scary situation there, but Joe Forsberg, the man hit into the net, gets up on his own accord. He seems to be all right. Maybe a little bell rung, but he's able to get off the ice on his own. Chan will go to the board for 2. 2 minutes boarding is the call on Chan as the Bulldogs, or the Cincinnati, will pick up the power play. Byrne to take the draw in the Boiler zone. Facing off against Alex Atkins. Puck sent out wide. Won by Cincinnati. Unable to keep it in their own zone, sends it all the way back to their own. Now here comes Cincinnati. They're going to race up the side. Send it all the way to the other side to number 19, Atkins. Here comes Purdue with the steal. Toby unable to make anything of it as he loses control. Pucks it all the way back deep to the Boiler zone. As Ott is there behind the net. Flicks it up high and clears, forcing a Cincinnati reset. Fighting along the boards now is Burns, giving Cincinnati trouble. Minute 15 left on the power play for Cincinnati. Unable to get a shot on goal as of yet, as Ott able to take control in his own zone. Ott able to flick it all the way back to the Cincinnati zone. Boilermakers playing good defense so far as to not let up an opportunity. 1 minute passed on the power play. Cincinnati flies along the right side. They're going to chip it in deep as number 25, Zale, goes hard up against the boards. Here's Friella. Down to Zale. Friella looking for the shot. Blocked away by Owen. Good shot block there. Owen stick breaks, able to get it out. Owen get the good knockout as his stick breaks. Able to get a good change. Cincinnati forced to chip it in deep. Less than 30 seconds left on their power play. Looking like they're going to try and get some momentum going now. They've had none yet as of yet. They're going to try and push it in deep as number 16 tries for the wraparound, unable to get it towards the net as it's poked away. Cincinnati fighting on the boards, looking for a lane in. They're going to pass it back behind. It's number 28. Sent out wide, muffed on the receiving end as Purdue's able to clear and effectively kill this penalty. No score on that penalty for the Bearcats as we're back to even strength. Cincinnati looking to make another push forward. Purdue's done a pretty good job as of yet to prevent the offensive push by the Boilermakers. Puck flipped ahead. Bearcats chip it in deep. As number 26 flicks it up as Lukes. Chan tripped up trying to get it out. Here's Loire. Loire sends it around to the other side for Doucette calling for it. Cincinnati able to intercept. Chan got a good stick on it. Dangerous deflection there by number 4 as he almost gets the good deflection into the goal. Norris was there to stop it. Puck sent back. Doucette flings ahead. Here's Toby. Toby fighting along the boards to keep it in the zone as Boilers go for a change. Here's Goring. Sends it in deep, looking for the quick misdirection by Toby. Pressed on the boards. Graff is in the back to help. Toby giving Cincinnati pressure. Graff there to poke it away from at mid-ice. Here's Maricini. He's coming along left side. Good deke out of his skates. Tries the shot on Rousseau. Unable to find when Rousseau's out of the net. He gets back and retains. Puck sent back behind this Bearcat net. Both teams frantically trying to find some offensive momentum. Ott muffs the receiving end of the pass as it goes all the way back down to the Boiler zone. Here's Ott flicking it back ahead to Graff. Puck played along center ice by Damian Chan. Not to be confused with Andrew Chan. Owen able to get a good stick on it, clears it back, forcing the Bearcats to reset. Owen back behind his own net to try and find a way forward. Here's Graff. Graff flicks it up ahead, almost out of play, got a good bounce there. 9:36 left on the clock for the first period as Norris comes out of the goal to stop the puck, received by Graff. Little scuffle along the boards there as both teams fight to get it out. Here's Myung. Myung flicks it in deep as Boilers finish the defensive change. Here comes Andrew Chan. Puck fired in wide. Chan fighting along the boards to try and get it in. Back behind the net now. Chan putting up one hell of a fight to keep that puck in possession as Bearcats are able to keep it out. Here's Sato. Trying to find a way. Pickett's able to regain control, looking ahead. Pickett looking out to his right. Tries Pickett. Owen on the left. Owen flicks ahead for Wheeler. Wheeler able to chop it down as the zone gets cleared all the way, and Cincinnati regains control in their own zone. Here come the Bearcats as they push in. Flicked out wide. They're going to look to try and find a shooting lane open, sticked away easily by Norris. Toby flicks ahead looking for Wheeler. Wheeler's going to get a one-on-one. He's going to try. Oh, heard the pink of the crossbar there as the shot was sent out wide. 8 minutes left in the first period. Puck sent in deep to Norris. Norris pokes it away before his defense to pick up. Here's Doucette loses control back behind the net. Good stick on there by Laware as he's able to prevent the one-timer opportunity. Here comes Toby down the center fast. He's going to try in the short pass in front of the goal. Unable to get a stick on it from a teammate. Burn along the boards, trying to keep possession, unable to do so. Puck tried to get flick ahead, couldn't get it past Kim. Cincinnati trying to find a way into some offensive momentum. Boilermakers doing a good job thus far of preventing such a thing. Ott flicking ahead. Here's Lukes, left side. Lukes trying to gain some speed, push into the zone. He gets pressed along the boards. Good hit along the boards there by Farb. Puck covered and stopped by Norris. We'll get a stoppage of play, the first one in a minute. As Lukes takes the draw for the Boilermakers. 1-0, 6:55 left in the first period. Puck drops in out, won by the Boilermakers. Here's Farb along the right side. He's going to look in front of the goal, unable to find a passing lane. Whistle blown. Puck caught up in the glove as Rousseau covers. Lukes to take the draw, wins it out, sends it to the blue line, out to the right side. Toby leaving it back, looking for Graff, chipped up and knocked down. Here comes a fast break for the Bearcats. He's facing off against Ott, looks to the center, finds only a Boilermaker stick. Graff flicks ahead. Cincinnati able to intercept in their own zone. Farb to Lukes. Lukes looking ahead to Goring. Goring can't quite catch the pass as Boilermakers go for a change. Puck shot taken deep. As fighting continues here, Maricini looking along the boards as the Bearcats. Pickett flicks ahead. Knocked down hard is Pickett. Here's Maricini. Tripped up, penalty called on the Bearcats. It'll be another tripping call. Purdue's going to go on another power play opportunity. The last time they had this chance, they were able to score one. We'll wait on the official call. 5:37 left on the clock. The Boilermakers are going to go on a man advantage. Number 16, Oregon Carlin is going to go to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. Boilermakers win out the draw, sends it to the blue line to Pickett. Pickett looking for a lane in, unable to find one, sends it out to the side to Owen. Owen back to Pickett. Pickett not finding a shooting lane to the right side of Toby. Toby's looking alongside to Owen. Oh, he's just unable to get the shot off. Had an excellent opportunity there to beat Rousseau. Here comes Toby trying to fight in deep once more. Toby unable to keep it in the zone. Not needing a reset. Sending out to the side to Owen. Owen looking for a lane in. Unable to find one. Leaves it to Toby. Toby out to Pickett. Pickett fires. Sent up high and wide and out of play. Minute 25 left on the power play for your Boilermakers as we get set in the Cincinnati zone. Number 15 from the Boilermakers to take the draw. Puck won by Cincinnati. They look to clear the zone. Boilermakers 6 in the way. Here's Wheeler along the right side. Wheeler to Doucette. Doucette sends it out to the side to Graff. Graff looking for a shot. Tries one. Gets knocked away as Cincinnati's able to clear. Good opportunities there for Purdue as they settled into their offensive zone. Cincinnati finally getting the clear and getting a chance to get some fresh legs on the ice. Here's Doucette trying to find a way back in. Doucette clears it in deep, sticked away by Rousseau. Whistle blown, stoppage of play. So we'll go back to the face-off dot Puck drop drawn over as Cincinnati tries to clear, unable to do so. Here's Wheeler with the low shot in deep, covered up by Rousseau. A little bit of clock trouble here. 30 seconds left on the power play for the Boilermakers. Got some good shots on goal, unable to bury one as they lead 1-0. Puck one out by the Boilermakers. Here's Graff at the line. Graff banks it in deep. Gonna send it to the other side. Looking for a stick in the center, unable to find one. Graff unable to keep it in. Cincinnati clears. Norris stops it for his teammate as Cincinnati goes for the full change. 15 seconds left on the penalty. Doucette flicks it ahead. Here's pass meant for Luke's a little in front of him. As puck sent all the way along the boards to Farb. We're back to even strength now as number 16 for Cincinnati comes out of the box. Puck fought over, tripped on. Here comes an odd man rush for Cincinnati. Good stick there, good speed by Lukes as he's able to get ahead of it and send it up to Farb on the left side. Farb sending it out wide to the right, looking for somebody there. Goring looking for a stick in the middle. Pickett's going to fire in low. Gets it past and scores! 3:14 left on the clock as Pickett sends one in low and scores for your Boilermakers. A lot of confusion there in front of the net. Sneaks by Rousseau as Pickett picks up one. The goal goes to Pickett as we get set back at center ice. Maricini to take the faceoff for the Boilermakers. Unable to win it out into the Cincinnati zone. Here comes the Boilermakers. Damian Chan unable to keep possession in the zone. As Cincinnati comes in hot, they're going to look for a shot low on Norris, unable to find one. Here comes Damian. Damian Chan fighting along center, unable to keep control, loses it. Here comes Cincinnati in the zone. Good poke check there by Owen, unable to do so. Cincinnati with an excellent chance there. Little bit of a slip-up pass, unable to find a excellent opportunity again. Once again, they find the slot, unable to get a good stick on it, or they would have had it. Good placement there by Pickett and Owen as they're in front of the net to block it. Here comes Campagna, tries deking out to the side, unable to get it through. Here's Maricini. Maricini sends it out to the side to Chan. Purdue goes for the defensive change, and then a full change. Puck's out long and deep into the stick of Norris. Doucette able to take it away. Doucette back behind his net. 2 minutes remaining in the first period as they look ahead. Here comes Toby. Toby's going to try and gain some speed, trying to game through two men, unable to do so. Man tripped up on it, no call. Cincinnati able to regain control, trying to clear the zone. They're going to look ahead as Boilermakers give them trouble. Loire able to take it away, flies along the right side. Loire tries, top shelf, crossbar, top shelf, knocks it in as Loire, recently off injury, knocking it in for the Boilermakers' third unanswered goal. You could even hear the ping of the crossbar from where I'm standing up in the balcony at Bulldog Park as Loire buries it. We'll go back to center ice. 1:30 left as Purdue takes a commanding 3-0 lead. Byrne to take the draw for the Boilermakers. Puck one out by Cincinnati. Here's Toby looking ahead. Trying to get it in, and now is Kim. Here's Ott at the line, playing some good defense, pokes it away, forces Cincinnati to chop it in deep. Graff and Byrne fighting along the boards as Kim's able to chip it up out of the zone. Less than a minute remaining in the first period as Toby fights in against two men, trying to get it in deep, so they're going to be able to do so. Along the boards now, less than 45 seconds gone. Here's Ott. Ott in the Cincinnati zone, chips it in deep, looking for Wheeler as Purdue gets the offensive change. Ott tries the one-timer as he goes off. Less than 30 seconds remain. Puck tried, sent out wide. Here comes Cincinnati trying to get a good clear. They're going to be able to get it as Owen's there to recover. Owen looking ahead for Wheeler. Sends it in a little too deep. Puck set in front of the net, unable to find any sort of motion. That'll be the end of the first period here from Bulldog Park as Boilermakers go out to a 3-0 lead. Points scored by Byrne, Laware, and Pickett. We'll be back in about 15 to 20 minutes. My name's Aiden Rodney. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Purdue fans, as we get set for a second period hockey action here at Bulldog Park in Crown Point, Indiana. Your Boilermakers have taken a commanding 3-0 lead on the Cincinnati Bearcats as we get set for the opening face-off. Puck drop, one out by the Boilermakers to take fight in is Kim. Kim looking to the other side, looking for the misdirection by Toby as sends it up high, pass. Puck chipped in deep. Icing hand up and will be stoppage at play early. As no one was able to get to it, icing called will come back all the way down to the Cincinnati side. Byrne to take the draw for the Boilermakers, facing off against number 26 for the Bearcats. Boilers able to win it. Here's Toby sending out to the other center to Owen. Owen chips it in deep. Cincinnati looking to fling it ahead. Here's number 8, Keller. Keller flicks it in wide. Sends it all the way down as Pickett goes down along the boards. Pucks it in towards Norris. Norris able to poke it away. Pushed back into the Cincinnati zone. The chance for Byrne if he was able to get a stick on it, unable to do so. As Toby flicks it in front of the net, looking for the direction from Kim. Back to Toby. Toby fighting to keep possession. So he's going to look towards center. Tries the low shot, unable to find a lane in. Oh, and almost a chance there by Kim as it flings out wide. Looking out to the side. Here comes a shot. Takes it to the mask is Rousseau. As Purdue goes for the change. They're going to push back into the offensive zone. Going to look for the one-time poke off from Mung. It was Pickett trying to pass it towards the center. Trying the wraparound is Andrew Chan. Flicked out to the blue line. Boilermakers there to stop it. They're going to try for the shot. Sends it up into the glove of Rousseau. He's going to cover and stop. We're going to take an offensive zone draw for the Boilermakers. 18-19 left in the second period. Buck drop from Young. One out. Send it out to Wheeler to the side. Chan chops it in deep as he goes down. Cincinnati looking ahead. Clips it up as Chan knocks him down hard. Buck sent in deep to the Boiler zone. Loware's there to recover. Loware tripped up hard. No call. Looks like he got a stick in the skates. Refs didn't see enough to give it a call. Cincinnati looking for some offensive momentum, unable to find any thus. Puck sent in deep to Rousseau, looking for the quick pick. It's Wheeler as he sends it out of play. We'll go back to the offensive zone draw for the Boilermakers. Maricini to take it. Puck ready to be dropped. Cincinnati wins it out as they fly along center ice. He's got a one-on-two opportunity there, blocked away. Good placement there by the Boilermakers. Here's Chan. Chan flying up center, looking. Can't keep the puck on his stick is Damian Chan. You look at Maricini, tries. Oh, can't get a good stick on it. Almost gets past Rousseau, but he's able to keep it out. Good goalie play there by Rousseau as he's able to knock it away. Maricini tries once more for the on-the-knee shot. Unable to get a good stick on it as Cincinnati clears it down to the Boiler zone. Here's Graff. Wheeler able to flick it back behind to Graff. Graff looking ahead. Pass intended for Maricini, pardon. Here come the Boilermakers back in their own zone. Zettling trying to flick it up ahead. And they're going to be able to get it into the Cincy zone. Boilermakers go for the full change. As Cincinnati looks for a way forward. Good forechecking there by the Boilermakers. As Cincinnati able to get it clear past behind Norris. Flicked up ahead by Myung. Whistle blown, stoppage of play. Offsides. Puck ready to be dropped in neutral ice. Pardon me, bench minor. Here we go in the Cincinnati zone. Number 22 will serve the bench minor, too many men. Boilermakers get another chance at the power play. They've already scored one off the man advantage thus far. Purdue wins it out, sends it to the blue line. Here's Wheeler, takes a shot, gets behind, and Rousseau, he scores! What a quick snipe there, as he's able to bury it from the blue line. Jake Pickett gets the credit for the goal. That'll be his second for the night. Jake Pickett with 2 tonight, able to score his second goal of the evening. Puck went out by Cincy, sends it towards Norris. He's able to knock it away. Norris looking ahead. Cincinnati able to clear in the zone. Ooh, good move there by the Boilermakers as Chan tries low. Sorry, Farb. Here comes Lukes trying for the centering shot, looking for Goring. Pickett sends it into Goring low. Here's Lukes along the boards to fight for it. Bearcats able to intercede as Owen keeps it in the zone. Farb knocked down hard as Rousseau gets on top of it. Stoppage of play. A little bit of an extra words there by Lukes and the Bearcats. Number 5, Smith. Crowd enjoying the feistiness of these two teams as we get set to go back to the dot after Russo covers. Puck drops into stripes as Purdue wins it out. Graff looking ahead. Here's Chan at the blue line, looking to keep it in the zone, sends it out to Doucette. Purdue fighting frantically to keep it in as Bearcats able to recover, get it center ice. Here's Chan. He's going to look for some speed. He's got a one-on-one. Tries Deke's left. Oh, excellent move there by Chan as he almost gets it past Russo. He's able to deke between the legs of his defender. Unable to finish, however. Big flip there by Lukes as he puts a man on the ground. Crowd's loving the physicality of this game. Here comes the Bearcats. Purdue trying to get it out of the zone. Here's Chan. Chan's going to have a breakaway opportunity. It's a 2-on-2. Unable to make anything of it. Myung can't get the pass off. Chilly night here in Bulldog Park. That has done nothing to dampen the spirits of either teams or the fans for that matter as both teams get into feistiness. Norris fighting along in front of his net, trying to keep it out. He took one shot on him. As the Bearcats fight behind the net. Looking for a way in. Norris is going to cover and get a stop of play. 3-0 Boilermakers, 14:04 left in the second period. As we'll go to the defensive zone draw. Puck drops in out back behind the Boiler net. Cincinnati looks to recover. They're going to look for the wraparound. Norris hugging the post. Here comes Chan. Chan trying to fight for center ice, unable to do so as he gets knocked down. That was number 11, Damian Chan. Maricini looking for the wraparound, unable to do so as he gets knocked down. Puck sent in deep, looking for the chip in from Sato. Puck fought along the boards. Since he's trying to find any kind of offensive momentum in this game, unable to find some. A little bit of a scuffle as Cincinnati comes out with it, poked away by number 27, or I'm sorry, number 7, Byrne. Here comes Damian Chan trying to deke through, gets it taken away as Cincinnati clears the zone with Byrne and Owen in pursuit. Here comes Purdue. They're going to try another chance. Purdue is able to bury it on a close opportunity as he gives a salute to the soldiers is number 11, Damian Chan, making his home debut in front of a crowd, able to get it off and buried back behind Rousseau. Bearcats now trailing. Damian Chan with his first goal. Joey Campagna gets the apple as Bearcats win the opening draw. Boilermakers up 5-0. Here come the Boilermakers again. Rousseau looking to poke it away. Byrne looking for the shot behind Rousseau's back, unable to find any part of the net. Byrne chips it in deep. As it's flicked back to center ice. Here come the Boilermakers. Shannon looking at Simmer, looking for the chip in by Owen, unable to find his stick on his own as he was tied up with his own defender. Here come the Bearcats, looking a way to fight in. Pressed along the boards by Pickett and Toby. Scuffle on the boards as Cincinnati comes out with it, tries it in the shot, face of Norris as he's going to cover. Norris gets the gloves on it. Byrne gives a good shove to number 13. For the Bearcats, that would be Caden Lyons. Not taking any of it. .11:58 left on the clock, 5-0 Purdue. As they're able to win the draw in their own zone, here's Loehr. Loehr flicks it ahead. Gets a big trip up in the center. No call coming. Cincinnati able to get it out. Here comes number 8. He's going to try in a low shot wide on Norris. Norris scrambling to get back in front of the net. 11:30 left on the clock. Boilermakers regain control. Still intercepted by Cincinnati at center ice. Purdue looking to flick it ahead. Here's Farb along the boards. No team able to get it out. Got 2 skates on it. Here's Lukes. Luke's trying to get a stick on, unable to do so. Chipped away by Dillard. Puck's in up high. Dangerous situation, and he buries this. Lukes! Number 89, Stephen Lukes, takes it another step further. Not a good day for Russo there as it came up above his face, lost control over it, and just found Stephen Luke's stick right there to poke it right in. 11:02 left in the second period. Purdue takes another 3 goals within the first 10 minutes of the second period. Number 89, Stephen Luke, gets the credit for the goal. Loehr gets the apple as the Bearcats go for a change here. Seth Batchelor to take the net for the Bearcats as Rousseau lets up 6. Puck drop after the goalie change and the goal by Purdue. Here comes Chan. Chan avoiding the hit. He gets sent back to the other side. Flicked up ahead by Purdue. Here's Wheeler. Big slap in along the boards as Purdue fights to keep it in the zone. Chan, pass out to Wheeler. Wheeler unable to receive it. Here's Graff. Graff fighting along the boards. He's got a good stick on it as teammates come in to help to fight it out. Here's Wheeler. Chipped in along the boards, Young. Wheeler avoiding the hit, and down goes a Bearcat. He takes a spill trying to lay the hurt on Wheeler. Chan, good poke check there, keeps it away. Here's Wheeler. Wheeler going to look for a lane in. He's going to try get one in as Batcher covers. Batcher coming in after the 6th goal let in by Rousseau. 10 minutes left in the second period, half the game gone. Purdue has a commanding lead of 6-0. Puck dropped, sends along the boards. Looking for the centering pass. Cincinnati's in the way. Got to start to think Cincinnati gets demoralized at some point, especially after their starting goaltender was pulled. Campagna to Maricini. Cini trying to find a way in, tries it off the backhand, sends it out wide anyways. Unable to get a shot in close. Here's Maricini, diving slide, intercepted by Cincinnati, poked away by Pickett. Pickett back in center ice, sends it ahead to Campagna. Here's Owen. Owen looking ahead. Waiting for the reset is Chan. Damian Chan with a goal himself tonight. Trying to find a way in. Some fancy stick movements as he can't get it through. Here's Chan. Chan's got a one-on-one. Tries. Oh, gets blocked by a quick duck there by number 17 for the Bearcats. Bearcats looking to clear the zone, trying to find some semblance of an offense here late in the game. It's been all Boilermakers so far. Puck fought over at center ice as Boilermakers look to chip it in over the head of Toby and out of play. .8:26 left on the clock. Purdue leads 6-0 as Batcher takes the goal from Russo. Good showing put on by Norris tonight as he's not let any in. Here comes Cincinnati trying to find a shot on goal, taken away quickly by Purdue. They're going to try and flick it in deep as bodies go into the boards. Puck flicked up ahead. Here's Loire trying to poke it away. Here comes a great chance for the Cincinnati. So they're going to try the backhanded shot into the glove of Norris. Norris making a good, smart decision there to make the stop and stop at play. Puck ready to be dropped in the Boilermaker zone. Toby encroaching. They're going to come back up. Puck sent out and behind. As Purdue looks to send it ahead. Here comes a fast break. They got a man on the left. They're going to try for the long pass. They got that stick in the way. Is a good diving defensive play by number 10 for Cincinnati. Purdue tries again once more, trying to get the shot in for Byrne. Unable to do so. Number 10, Joe Forsberg. Got a good diving defensive play to prevent the odd man rush. Here's Forsberg looking ahead, flicks it, stopped quickly by the Purdue defense. Slap shot taken into the chest of Batcher. Looses it. Lukes buries it again. Luke's able to bury one past the new goaltender, Batcher. As Purdue makes it 7-0. Purdue walking all over this game as they're able to put 7 up for the second intermission. Graff gets the apple. Lukes gets the goal. Puck drop, one out by the Boilermakers. Send it out to the right side. Flicked up ahead, looking for Farb. Here come the Boilermakers as they're chomping it in deep. Luke's fighting back behind the net. Knocks a man down. As they're looking for the wraparound as Luke's. Batcher able to find it and get on top of it as he makes the stop. Crowd getting into it, throwing some chirps and supporting Luke's for Purdue. Here's Goring, sends it out, tries the low shot from the point, was Ott. Send it back deep for Farb. Farb looking for the centering shot to Goring. Goring able to get it in close where they can get a glove on top of it. We'll go back to the right side, or the left side dot. And the Cincinnati zone. Boilermakers making their offensive presence known as well as their defense. They haven't let too many shots on goal this game as Cincinnati wins out this draw. Cincinnati trying to find a way out. Here comes at the point. Sends it in deep. Cincinnati defense got started getting tired as they finally get it into the Purdue zone. Number 8, Keller, fights along the boards. Cincinnati trying to keep it in. Tries the backhand, sends it out wide. Cincinnati not able to keep it in the zone as we're back to their own. Here's Farb trying to fight it in. Good pass from Mung. Farb tries the low shot. It's able to be blocked away by Batcher. Cincinnati, here comes a break. They're going to try and rush for it. Owen's there to steal it away. Owen flicks it ahead looking for Wheeler. Wheeler sends it ahead to Campagna. Campagna tries it in low, tries for the direction, whereas Batcher's there to stop. Batcher lays on top of it, forcing a stoppage of play. 5:31 left in the second period. Boilermakers have put up 4 in this period and forced a goaltender change for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Puck drop won by Cincinnati, sent back behind their own net, flicked up high, stays in play. Here comes number 10 Forsberg, flicks it up ahead. Pickett there to chase. Owen tries to flick it ahead. Man in the way. Shot taken on Norris. He's able to get down the butterfly and make the save. Puck flipped up ahead by Young. As it sends all the way back down to the Cincinnati zone as Purdue beats off the icing. Puck taken away by Cincinnati. Wheeler's frustrated. Here comes Chan trying the fast break. Trying to take away from the fast break, pardon. Purdue fights along the left side, passing up to center. Here comes Maricini. Maricini leaves it off for Campagna. Campagna looking for the direction off Pickett. Pickett, a man in the way, however. They get this pass intercepted, and Cincinnati's headed the other way. Tries deep between 2 men, unable to do so as it's poked. Here comes Cincinnati at center ice, sends it in deep. Doucette there to chase, sends it up to Campagna. Campagna flicked ahead, looking for the fast break by Damian Chan. Boilers looking for a way forward, intercepted by Cincinnati. 3:50 left on the clock for the second period. Doucette back behind his own net. Bearcats putting something together. Oh, pardon me, interrupted as Purdue takes away any offensive momentum the Bearcats had, and they're forced it back into their own to the zone. Quick change for the Boilermakers as the Bearcats push the other way. Puck sent flicked up high, stopped by Norris for LeWare. They try to hit on number 20 LeWare as he's able to dodge it. Byrne trying to chip it in deep, unable to do so. Bearcats head the other way. Sends it out to the left side. They're going to try a shot, knocked away by Norris. Pass intercepted by the Boilermakers. They're going to try for the fast break along the right side. He's going to try a shooting lane, unable to do so. Sends it in as Kim. Bearcats able to regain control and push the other way on the left side. Toby able to get a good stick on it, chips it into the Cincinnati zone, unable to keep control as they turn it over. Wheeler back in his own zone to defend. 2:30 left in the second period. Bearcats taking a minute to breathe in their own zone as they flick it ahead to Toby. Toby intercepts. Toby trying to give his team to settle in. You're going to try for the quarter pass in. They try to sneak a little sneaky little thing in there as Goring, as he's stopped right away by the skate of Batcher. Here comes Cincinnati trying the fast break. They're come up the right side looking for the centering pass. They're not able to find it. Goring's able to clear the puck. Puck's now all the way back to neutral ice as Goring finds a way. Purdue gets a partial change as they send it up ahead for Lukes. Lukes gets the tap, so icing won't be called. Here's Farb, pardon. Farb tries to find a way in, unable to do so. They're looking for the wraparound, just dispatch the skate at Batcher, unable to find it. Here's Goring. Goring sends it out to Owen. Owen tries it in deep. Batcher makes a good save. Farb looking for the misdirection by Goring as they turn the puck over, and here comes Keller. Keller along the right side. He's going to try and fire it in, sends it into the chest. Finally, get a stoppage of play and a breather for all players as Keller sends it into the chest of Norris. Back to the dot now in the Boiler zone. Puck's drawn, send it in the chest of Norris, another stoppage of play. Puck drop, one out by Cincy. Good interception there by Purdue. Here comes the fast break. They got a 2-on-2. They're going to look to the side. Tries the chip off of Andrew Chan. Unable to get it on net. It was a good opportunity. Chan feeds it to the center, looking for a chip in. Unable to find one as Batcher is able to get on top of it. The chip in looked in by Wheeler. Batcher putting up an somewhat respectable effort, only letting one in as the puck's dropped. Buck sent back towards Batcher as he's able to send it away. Cincinnati trying to find a getaway up ice, not trying to let another one go past them. 30 seconds left in the second period as fighting along the boards, Myung. Cincinnati able to take it away. They're going to go for the fast break. He's got a one-on-one. Roos tries, slips into the net. Pass back behind Norris, unable to find a way in. Good defensive play there by the Boilermakers as he had a man right on him. Here's Chan. Andrew Chan tries it, sits it in the face mask of the goaltender with only 5 seconds left. Batcher is going to lay on top of it and make the stop. Five seconds left on a chilly night here in Crown Point, Indiana at Bulldog Park. The Boilers able to put up 4 in the second period alone, extending their lead to 7-0. Here's Maricini as the period ends, unable to get anything of it. That'll be it for the second period. We'll be back here in about 15 minutes for the third period of action. Boilers taking a great offensive leap in this second period, able to force the goaltender change by the Bearcats. My name's Aiden Vrani. We'll be right back in about 15 minutes. Welcome back, hockey fans, as we get set for third and final period action here at Bulldog Park in Crown Point, Indiana. Boilermakers took a demanding 7-0 lead in the second period, forcing a goaltender change on the Cincinnati side. Now in goal is, is Batcher for Cincinnati. We'll get set here in a second for the third period action as both teams head to the center ice. Luke's to take the draw for the Boilermakers. He has 2 on the night. Luke's ready to take the draw. He's able to win it out, sends it out to Owen. Owen looking for a way forward. Bearcats giving him trouble. Puck's heading deep towards Norris. He's able to make the easy save. Luke's looking ahead. Trying to get away ahead is Goring, who's knocked down hard. Delayed penalty. Or not delayed penalty, sorry, offsides warning. Owen able to recover in his own zone. Pickett flicked it up high. Kept it in play. Bearcats able to take a hard shot to Goring once more. Norris able to make a good save there as the shot taken on him. Goring goes down again. Puck's in and wide. Puck taken across the blue line and blown off sides by Cincinnati. 19-12 left in the game as we'll go to the neutral zone for a draw. Byrne to take the draw for the Boilermakers. Puck dropped into 1 out by Cincinnati. Here comes Kim, however. Kim deep between 2 men, tries the backhand shot. Unable to get it past Batcher. Lower able to keep it down and hit from behind. Smacked down. Icing blown down as it comes all the way back. Cincinnati throwing some weight around after taking a big deficit, taking big hits on the Boilermakers thus far. Here's Byrne at the dot. Able to win the draw is Cincinnati as they look to clear the zone. Here's Cincinnati coming up on the left side, trying to flick it in towards center. Boilermakers are there as Lower. Lower flicks it ahead. Cincinnati able to recover in their own zone. Minute and a half gone in the third period. Here's Doucette. Doucette flicks it over to the other side to Lower. Lower looking for center ice. Cincinnati intercepts as Boilermakers give him trouble and able to take it away. Lower to Toby. Toby sends it across ice to Doucette. Doucette flicks it ahead looking for Kim. Kim not able to receive. Cincinnati pokes it away. Here's Byrne. Flicking it along the board. Cincinnati gets it into the Purdue zone. Byrne able to chip it away, forcing the reset. Here comes Cincinnati. Gonna try and deke in towards center. Takes a shot on Norris, who's able to kick it away. Back behind the net now, Cincinnati looking for a shooting lane. Flicks it back behind. Number 16 pressed hard against the board. Oregon Cardelin by Ott. Graff able to regain control, sends it up ice. Looking for Wheeler on the break. Wheeler's going to try and poke it towards the net. As Batcher gets a good hand on it, it's able to stop the play. Get some fresh skaters on for both sides. Chan wins the draw, sends it out to the other side. Pickett tries the low shot once more. Puck whistle blown. And stoppage of play. We'll go back to the dot and the Cincy side. Puck drop, flicked in deep. Boilermakers trying to keep it in. There's Wheeler. Wheeler sends it in deep into Damian Chan. Owen pugging it back in. He's going to look for the low shot. Gets knocked away by Batcher. Pickett tries it in low once more. Batcher takes it in the stomach this time and will get the stop. Maricini to take the draw for the Boilermakers. Loses it out behind the Cincy net. Cincy's pushing ahead. They're going to look for some more offensive momentum. Cincy's forced to reset as they chip it in deep. Offside's blown off as Cincy resets. Here's Loera. Loera clicks it ahead. Doucette able to poke it back, keep it in neutral ice. Here comes Chan, whiffs on a shot and gets pressed up along the boards. Cincy's going to look to flick it towards center ice. Unable to keep it, Loera intercepts. Loera takes another hit in the center as they try and force their way into the center is number 28. Loera takes another. Loera takes a hit and a man's down. A Cincinnati Bearcat is down. Whistle blown stoppage. Number 5 lays a hit into Loera and he's down for good. He's not getting up. Obviously upset. That is number 5 for the Bearcats. Apologize on not knowing, or Evan Smith, I'm sorry, I just found it. Evan Smith, the trainer's going to come out to see him. He's down and upset, pointing towards his leg. Scary part about this game is it could be anyone at any time, and trainer's getting a good look at him. Take it, break in action. These 2 trainers are out there checking on Smith. Coach is coming out now. Look like they're going to try and get him off the ice. He's able to set up now. Teammates helping him up off the ice. Stick taps all around. as Evan Smith goes off the ice, assisted by the two trainers. He'll be brought back to the locker room to get checked out. Never like to see it in a game like this, but it does happen, and Evan Smith is up and moving. He's getting back to the locker room. He's going to get looked at by some professionals. So we'll get back to the action here. 15:31 left on the clock. Go back to neutralize for the faceoff, or Lukes will take it. Luke's able to win it out, sends it back behind to Graff. Graff looks to flick it ahead to Farb. Farb trying to keep it in play, sends it ahead. Luke's giving Cincinnati trouble, and he goes down. Cincinnati back behind their own net now, looking to push forward. Takes a shot on Batcher. Gets knocked wide. Puck's in out deep. Get it out of the zone. Wheeler to Graff, or Farb to Graff, pardon. Purdue goes for the defensive change. Offside's called as it's crossed the line and Byrne brings it back in. 14:51 left on the clock as Purdue leads with a commanding 7-0. Byrne to take the draw for the Boilermakers. Cincinnati pushes it ahead as they're going to try an odd man rush, unable to do so. Gets tripped up. Here's Pickett. Pickett looking ahead to Kim. Kim flicks it in deep. Cincinnati looking to create some offensive momentum. Try and put one on the Boilermakers. Burns able to intercept back at center ice. Here's Pickett. Breaks it along the boards. Past Kim. Sends it to Batcher. Batcher sees Kim coming. He's going to want to cover that. $14:10 left on the clock as we go back to the Cincinnati sign for the draw. Puck drop, sent back behind the Cincinnati net. Kept it in by Owen as he sends it in deep towards Batcher, unable to get it. Cincinnati clears. Pickett flicks it up high and out of play. We'll go back to center ice for the drop after this sent out of play from Young. Puck drop fought over. Here's Wheeler on the left side. Wheeler sends it in deep for a little dump and chase. Chan along the boards. Doucette banks it along for Wheeler. Wheeler flicks it in high. Sends it along the boards. Lower to keep it in. Lower sends it in deep. Young trying to fight it towards in front of the net. Not able to find one as a pass meant for Lower. Gets into the chest of Batcher and will cover. $13:19 left in the game. Purdue leads with a commanding 7-0 as we go back to the Cincy zone for the drop from Young. Chan fighting along the boards for it. Andrew Chan. Unable to keep control. Cincinnati pushes ahead. Delaire gets a hold of the puck, sends it once again into the chest of Batcher. Young to take the draw once more. 13:03 left. Puck drop won by the Boilermakers, sent out to Lower. Lower flicks it in deep. Young along the boards to try and kick it back out. Loera able to knock it down. Here's Andrew Chan going on the left side. And Chan's going to flick it in deep, get a boiler change. Cincinatti sends it out to the right side as Graff punches it in. Sends it over the head of Batcher. Here's Damian Chan trying to fight to get it towards center ice. Followed quickly by Campagna. Sends it out to the right side, intercepted by Cincinnati, and they're going to try the break. Stopped dead in their tracks by Maricini. Here comes Cincinnati on the right. They're going to try and get it past Graff. Graff makes the poke, and he slips. Cincinnati gets the forced reset. As Ott takes it from back behind the net. He's going to look to push forward. Sends it up to Maricini. Maricini takes the hit face on, stays on his feet. Graff looking to disrupt the break. They're going to try. Dekes out right to avoid Ott. Is Dillard. Dillard fighting Ott along the boards. Both men got to skate on it. They're trying to force it out. They finally do. Sends it to the blue line. Since he sends a low shot in on Norris, Norris is going to grab it and stop the play. Good save there and good eyes by Norris as he takes it in. Loses it for a second, but able to regain control, grab it, and force the whistle. Lukes to take the draw for the Boilermakers. Won by Lukes, hit back behind the net for Owen. Cincy trying to regain control in their offensive zone. Here's Pickett. Pickett flicks it up ahead for Owen. Owen manages to dodge the hit. Lukes sends it up the right side. Lukes got 2 goals to his name tonight. Sends it down low. Tries on Batcher, unable to get it to go through. Pickett flicks it in deep. Pickett also with 2 goals tonight. Puck flicked in. Purdue doing a good job keeping in the zone as Batcher makes the move to jump on the puck and force the stoppage. 10:41 left in the third period. Purdue leads 7-0. Lukes take the draw for the Boilermakers. Able to win it out, sends it to the blue line for Owen. Owen's going to find a lane, try and find a lane, sends it out to Pickett instead. Pickett finds men in the way. Since he's trying for the fast break the other way, Pickett does a good job disrupting it. Back behind the Purdue net now as Farb tries to poke it out. Goring looking for a way through since he's able to get it back. They're going to try the right side. He's going to try and fire into the glove of Norris. He's going to stop. Norris done a good job tracking this puck tonight as he's tried to make saves through traffic. He's done a perfect job as of this moment. 10-12 left in the third period of play. We'll be in the Purdue defensive zone for the draw. Byrne to take the draw for the Boilermakers. Byrne able to win it. Chan to scoop it out. Cincinnati fighting hard to keep control as Doucette knocks it away. Kim trying to get it out, and he does with an assist from Byrne. Doucette forced to get back into his own zone to chase as he sends it back behind for Loer. Loer's going to look ahead. He's going to try and find Byrne. He's got him. Byrne's going to try and chip it in deep for Toby. Toby, who's had many goals this season, has not found the back of the net this game. He's looking towards the center. He's going to try and find his time right now, and he does! What a goal there by Toby. Gets all alone at center, is able to bury it past Batcher. .9:29 left in the clock as Toby, just as I was saying, he hasn't been able to find the back of the net this game, buries it just past Batcher over his right shoulder. We'll go back to center ice. Puck drop won by Cincy. Sends it out wide. Here's Byrne. Burn at center ice, sends it out right to Toby. Toby looking for a way in and sends it across ice, looking for Kim. Kim couldn't get a stick on it. Cincinnati recovers. Defensive work there by Kim as he is able to break up the break. Young giving Cincinnati trouble. Puck's in up high. Toby tried taking the block, missed it out wide. Here's Loehr. Loehr flicks it up and out of the zone, looking for Wheeler. Wheeler ain't able to keep control as Cincinnati regains in their own zone. They're going to push forward towards center ice. Here's Graff along the right side. They're going to push ahead. He's going to look for Young. Young can't keep control, loses at center. Graff loses a glove, is forced to go to the bench as Owen sends it up and across the ice. Icing's cleared, someone touched it. As Chan looks to give Cincy some trouble. Here comes Cincinnati pushing on the right side. Good poke check there by Owen. As Chan knocks down a Cincy defender. What a fighter that Andrew Chan. He's not a great big guy, but he can still lay him out just like the rest of them. He can take him just like the rest of them, as he just proved right there. Andrew Chan sends it back behind, looking for Owen. Owen, who clears the neutral ice, sends it back behind Wheeler to chase. Purdue gives it go for the full change. Here comes Maricini. Along the boards. Sends it out center. Cincinnati trying to intercept. Can't do it. Here's Doucette on the left side. He's going to go back behind the net. Try and find a way out. Sends it to Campagna. Loehr at the blue line. Loehr's going to try and send a long shot through. Unable to find the net. 7 minutes gone. Or 7 minutes left, pardon, and the whistle's blown. Batcher got on top of that one. 6:59 left in play. Boilermakers lead 8-0. Luke's to take the draw for the Boilermakers in the offensive zone. Puck drop one. Farb's going to send it in deep. Fighting along the boards now as they try and get it out. Here's Chan, Damian Chan. Purdue trying to fight to keep it in the zone. Damian Chan takes a hit to be able to do so. Taunts the Bearcat by tapping him on the head after he gets knocked down. Lukes tries the shot, almost gets it past, unable to do so. Here's Doucette. Doucette fires the right side for Loehr. Loehr fires in, sends it out wide. Puck stopped. We'll go back to the offensive zone for the Boilermakers for another faceoff. Puck drop one by the Boilermakers. They're trying to get it in close to the net. Ott at the blue line, fires it in deep, gets blocked away. He's going to try again, looking for the chip in. Here's Lukes back to the line to Graff. Graff's going to fire in close, knocked away by Batcher. Ott fighting. He's going to backhand it towards the net. No one there to receive. Here's Ott again. He's going to look for Goring. Goring's going to try and fire out wide, looking for a deflection, not going to find one. As Graff flicks it back in. They're going to try on him. It was Farb with a quick break. He's good save there by Batcher. Less than 5.5 minutes left to play in the game. Owen has it at center ice. Going to look to push forward once more. A little bit of a miscommunication there as Farb and Owen take a spill. Since he has the puck on the left side, they're going to look to push. They're going for the fast break, broken up quickly by the Purdue defense. Farb sends it to the other side for Kim. Kim trying to fight his way in, tries the cross-ice pass, unable to find the stick of an ally. Shot tried, hits off the skate of Pickett. Kim giving good pokes to get it out. Puck flicked back. Since he regains control, they're going to look for a pass to the slot, broken up by the Boilermakers, and here comes Wheeler along the right side. He's going to look, try and find his shooting lane, not going to find him. He tries Toby down below. Here's Laware. He's going to try the one-timer, slips it up. Toby on the right side. Looks for the pass to the slot. Tries to set, unable to get a good stick on it. Laware able to keep it in the zone. As Purdue fights, he's going to try another shot. It's Young. Here's Doucette. Doucette back to the boards. To Toby. Toby fires, gets knocked away. Purdue doing a good job keeping it in their offensive zone as seconds tick down. Here's Lukes, tries and fires in deep. Chan goes off a change for Toby. As a whistle blows, will get sent back to the dot. Back to the face-off dot for the Boilermakers as number 8, Maricini. Cincinnati wins it out, sends it back behind the net. Looking ahead, trying to find some fast break motion, broken up by the Boilermakers. Here's Maricini trying to fight through two guys, knocked away by Batcher. Puck dropped. Tries the shot on Norris. He makes a good save down in the butterfly as Lukes gets pressed along the boards. Cincinnati fighting furiously to not make it a shutout as Goring takes a spill at center ice. Skater lost the skate. Lukes pushes forward. Fire, shot taken, sends out wide by the Boilermakers. Here's Owen. Owen tries the pass out to the right side. They're going to look for the wraparound. Batcher's on the ground. Try the shot as Owen gets sent up high. Puck sent all the way back to neutral ice and even into the Boiler zone as Boilermakers are forced to recover. Owen in his own zone. Norris make a good stop there, protecting his shutout. Less than 2 minutes remain in the game. Boilermakers able to intercept a pass as Goring sends it out. Pass meant for Pickett gets sent behind him. Cincinnati regains control in the zone. Here's Owen. Owen flicks it up ahead for Goring, who's going to flick it up high and out. Minute 30 left as the Boilermakers reset and Cincy goes for the full change. Pickett flicks it up ahead, gets a Bearcat skate in the way. Here's Toby. Toby in his own zone, looking to push ahead. Pass meant for Burns, sent out wide all the way down to the Cincinnati side, icing blown down. Welcome all the way back down to the Boilermakers zone for another face-off. Byrne to take the draw. Byrne, since he wins it out, tries for the centering shot. Owen able to get a good glove on it, makes a smart defensive play, stops the pass to the slot. Less than a minute remaining. Boilermakers clear the zone. Pretty safe to say at this point, Boilers have it locked away. They're going to try and protect their shutout for the last minute as they go for a defensive pairing change. Cincinnati trying to look ahead, trying to find a way into the zone. Kim making it difficult. They find a way in and sent out of play with 36 seconds left on the clock. Luke's to take the draw for the Boilermakers in the neutral zone. Puck drop won by Cincinnati as they try and get it in. Here comes Luke's along the left side. He's going to chip it in low. As Cincinnati recovers, they're going to look to try and make another offensive push. Cam able to get in the middle of it as LeWare chips it up and out. Here comes Luke's. Luke's tries the shot, poked away from behind by Cincinnati. Cincinnati's going to try and take away the shutout. Good defensive move there by LeWare as he disrupts the play. Puck flipped up and out as Cincinnati. As time runs out, that'll be it from Bulldog Arena. Norris records the shutout. Boilers win it 8-0. That'll be all here from Bulldog Park, Crown Point, Indiana. It's a chilly night here, but still a great night of hockey nonetheless, especially for the Boilermakers as they get the shutout. My name is Aiden Rodney. We'll be back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central. That'll be 2 p.m. for our folks down south. So I'm signing off for now. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a good day and boiler up.